Hold on, don't sign on the dotted line just yet. That $15,000 price tag comes with about 12 extra mini price tags you're not seeing, and today we're gonna uncover all of them. What is the true cost of buying a car? Let's go. Last year, our cutie, rusting little 2005 Buick Century got a little too 2005-y for our comfort to be lugging our toddler and newborn around in. So the husband did a little Googling. We found a decent minivan, took it for a spin, and snagged it with 66% down and a no big deal car loan we felt equipped to pay off, no problem. But then, the new insurance quote came in. And the annual taxes? And we already had to take it into the shop within 6 months of bringing it home. And suddenly that, oh yeah, it'll be a stretch, but we can afford this minivan, became a much bougier car than we even realized at the time. So before you go shopping price tags, don't forget to add in these extra guaranteed expenses that come with any car, new or used, I'm pretty sure. First, the car itself. Okay, duh. But that price tag they proudly display on the windshield? Not it, baby. Depending on where you live, you might be paying sales tax at the time of purchase on top of that price or a few weeks later when you register your car. And you will also be offered various warranties and protections you can choose to apply to your car for an additional fee, and you'll likely be purchasing your car's title right then and there as well. So right out the gate, that $15,000 sedan you were looking at, let's call it more like $16,000, $17,000. And that's before interest if you take out a loan, unfortunately. So, speaking of, the loan. If you're buying the car outright in cash, God bless you, you are the envy of most all of us. But if you plan to put some money down and take out a loan for the rest, we gotta know now what monthly payment to plan for. When we bought our van, we were offered various payoff paces with different interest rates. So you could pay it off a little slower with a higher interest rate, or knock it out quicker with bigger monthly payments but a lower interest rate. Now, we had a baby on the way at the time, so we chose one of the slower payoff rates, knowing we could always increase payments as we had the wiggle room, but we didn't want to promise away too much money with the unknown expense of baby number 2 just a few months down the road. So let's say you put down $10,000 and choose a monthly payment plan for your car loan that costs $200 a month. Now me, you know I'm a YNAB girl for keeping track of all our spending and keeping my money worry at bay, so I'm putting this straight into my plan. And also, hey, if YNAB looks like it could be handy to you, go ahead and test out a free 34-day trial at ynab.com/Hannah. I swear, if you've ever worried about money, and we all do, just get YNAB. It'll help you get good with money so you never even have to worry about money again. And we got lots of other things to worry about, so let's not make money one of them, okay? Next, insurance. Now, the actual cost of this depends on an absolute hodgepodge of things like your age, your driving history, where you live, the value of the actual car you're driving, and the policy you select. For example, my rusty 2005 bought off a literal grandma Buick Century with little to no value and liability only coverage. I believe the insurance was initially around $300 every 6 months, though it fluctuated a bit over the years. But the 2016 minivan? Nearly double that. And the driver didn't change, the location didn't change, my average mileage didn't change, just the car. And it's still a decade old. So, catch me owning a brand new car? Never, I guess. Your insurance agent can usually give you a general quote on what your new insurance payments might look like should you buy the car. So let's say they guesstimate it'll be around $600 every 6 months. Now, pro tip, instead of being totally surprised by these huge twice-a-year bills, we always divide any annual or semi-annual bill by the number of months we have to prepare for it and set aside that amount every month to be totally prepared when the bill comes. This tells us we should be setting aside $100 a month just for that. So already we put down $10,000 plus $200 a month for the car loan, plus $100 to prep for insurance, plus license and registration fees. Yeah, after you spend all this money to own a car, they still make you pay money just to really own it, I guess. You'll pay to register your car upon purchase, but this also turns into an annual expense you'll want to be preparing for all year long. Taxes are also handled differently depending on where you live. For me in Kansas, we pay property taxes on our cars, and that's all bundled up into our registration fees. So last year, I paid around $180 to register my car, pay property taxes, and renew my license plate. I'm pretty sure I'm right about all this, but And second pro tip, know when registration takes place for you. For example, we bought our car in November, and while registration is an annual expense, our time to re-register was actually in August. That's just when it's our time based on our last name or something, I don't know. So we took the $180 fee and divided it by the 9 months we had to prepare for it. In the end, about $20 a month, so not bad. So then after that August, we divided the $180 fee by 12 months because it became an actual annual expense for us. So it got even cheaper, which is nice. Next, car repairs and upkeep. Now, unfortunately, cars are mortal objects. We give them little names and they get little boo-boos and owies just like we do. So every once in a while, you gotta take them to the car doctor to get all patched up. New brake pads, tire rotations, the AC breaks, your carburetor melts. While this is a known expense, we have yet to discover the invincible car. The catch is we never know how much the expense will be or when it will happen. But that doesn't mean we don't save for it. If anything, that's just all the more reason to start tucking away for that next repair now. Decide for yourself how much you'd like to tuck away each month for future car repairs. My husband and I set $150 aside each month. That's $1,800 over the course of a year. Not bad, but add it to our running total. Next up, tires. A boring expense, but a guaranteed expense. And one that historically used to catch me way off guard, but no longer. Depending on the car and usage, tires generally need to be replaced every 3 to 6 years. Do a little research on how often you should be buying new tires based on your car and general mileage, the cost of tires you want, and the cost of labor to install them, unless you're like really handy. I am not. Now us, for our van, we prepare to spend about $1,000 on new tires and labor, which we'll probably plan to get in about 3 years. $1,000 divided by 36 months is only $27 to $30 a month, which feels a lot easier to set aside than scraping up $1,000 out of nowhere 3 years from now. And then when you finally get the tires, they almost feel free because you just have the money sitting and waiting to buy them, which is amazing. It's hard to explain, but. And lastly, gas. Guesstimate how many times you fill up weekly or monthly and about how much a tank will cost for the car in question. And beware, my husband's HRV only takes about 13 gallons while the new van takes 21 gallons. And bigger cars can hold up to 30 gallons. So let's say you plan to spend about $150 a month. Add it to our tab. Now, I asked my coworkers what other expenses to consider when buying a car. They had a lot to say, so I'm just gonna spout them off and you take with you what you want and leave the rest. AAA roadside assistance, personalization like steering wheel covers, phone holders, sound systems, vanity plates, car seats for kids and seat protectors for pets, a car wash membership, parking permits, money for tolls or an easy pass, jumper cables, a dash cam, floor mats that can withstand any weather, and any other a la carte category you feel like adding to your lineup. So, drum roll please. After we put down the $10,000 down payment on the new car, the monthly total of owning this car is around $650 a month. $650. $650! That's more than 3 times what the loan payment was. And even after that loan is paid off and long gone, you're still looking at $450 a month for this one car. Now, be honest with me. Were you expecting that? See what I mean about misleading price tags? Which leads us to a great question. Is it worth it for you? For a lot of us with kids and partners, we've built our lives around having 2 cars, and if that's a cost you can sustain and is a priority for you, awesome. Don't make a lifestyle choice you can't realistically sustain. But for some with a little more flexibility, where maybe your partner works from home or you have the ability to get creative about your car needs, carpooling, public transportation, biking, I don't know. Does owning and maintaining 2 whole cars still feel worth it to you? Not saying you gotta, just something to consider. Now, if you're not sure whether this expense is truly something you can swing, guesstimate your monthly expenses just like we did today based on the car you're hoping to buy and just give it a little test drive. Pun intended, yes. Take 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and practice setting that monthly total aside every single month as if you actually owned and were maintaining this car. Now, might be a little humbling and cause you to lower your car buying budget, and that's okay. Better to learn that now than later. Or you might learn you can swing the cost just fine and you're ready to buy and own that car. The bonus though, you can now take all that practice money you set aside over the last few months and dump it into a car repair category or put it towards your down payment. You can't lose. You either learn or you win. Now with all this information in your noggin and under your belt, whether it's a first car or that dreamy upgrade, you now have the know-how to go out and buy that car knowing exactly what it's gonna take, or at least pretty close. If you're shopping around right now, let me know down in the comments what car you're looking to buy. And whether it's a Tesla or a 12-seater van, don't forget that YNAB is the worry-free way to get you there. Thanks for joining me today. Catch you in the next one. Here we go. Let's cruise. Cruise, baby. Okay, first, the car itself. Crap. Okay, you son of a gun. Tracking all of our spending and keeping my money where it is, so I'm putting this straight into my plan. This tag? No. Please, I don't have time for you to do this, my guy. Just talking to my lights.